To order invocation given by Gary Stewart and the Pledge of Allegiance given by Mr. Ray.
Why doesn't the council look into establishing a permanent date and a permanent time with these organizations on these conditions? And if any other organization wants to come and ask for a block, they can, but they have to go through the initial process. And throw that out there for y'all's consideration.
Any discussion on this? I know we asked you to draw an ordinance for this. So we don't have to go through the same process year after year.
They would still have to notify the police department, right, which can.
Yes, they would have to reserve a date, which would be the standard date they currently have.
Do we have to do it by ordinance, can we do a
I
resolution?
think it can be done actually by resolution.
You say and print it on.
Yes, sir. Anytime we can avoid spending money on newspaper costs, it's a good day.
And any new ones outside of these three would still have to come before the council.
That's correct.
So we'll, want to go forward.
Put it on next week's agenda.
Make a motion to put it on next week's agenda.
No need for a motion.
If we get a resolution, we pass it.
Okay.
I have separate rules, I
That's correct.
Okay, good.
Is that all right, y'all? Thanks, Jim. Next item is the gas system expansion at City Landfill. Sarah, you come up front, please.
Thank you, council, for letting me speak tonight. On behalf of CDG engineers, I wanted to speak to y'all about the landfill gas system expansion at the Scottsboro landfill. In 2011, we went online with the generator gas system, and so far it's been running for a year and a half. It's been a very successful project so far, but we are ready to look into doing an expansion. To be able to maximize the generator agreement that we have, we want to make sure that we are pulling in as much gas into that system as possible. Right now, we are not at full capacity, so to get that way, we need to expand the system. Just a little background on the gas system, the way that works. The waste that's in place is always going to be producing gas, but it works as a bell curve and will produce gas, peak, and then will slowly start to taper off. So in order to maximize it for the long term, we need to be able to, as new waste is placed, pull the gas out of that. Right now, we have about a year and a half worth of waste that is not being utilized right now, so we want to be able to pull it. The proposal that you have from CDG includes the design, a topographic survey, design, specs, and everything associated with the bid of the project to do that expansion. It will take the existing system, expand the lines into the new waste mass, install wells, and those wells will be able to pull the gas into the gas system. As a reminder, the city has been very proactive in putting this in ahead of any sort of requirements. EPA does require that once the landfill gets to a certain capacity, the gas system has to be put in. Once anything becomes mandatory, the EPA does not allow any sort of funding or additional programs to be able to help fund those projects. So because we were proactive in putting the system in before it was required, we were able to utilize the $500,000 grant to put the system in. The city is currently under a contract for 10 years with TVA, and they are paying for all the gas production that's coming right now. So we still have the availability for the next 8.5 years to be able to maximize the most money possible that we can get from TVA. And to do these expansion, we'll be able to make sure that we get the most money possible from them. If you have any questions, I'm available for those.
Anyone have any questions for Sarah?
Just a little bit more information as far as timeline goes for the project. We were wanting to look at doing bids around June and then be online with the new expansion into the fall, so hopefully have all construction taken care of during the summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
No, not next week. We'll get with Mr. Wheeler on the financing and get back with each one of you all. And she indicated, I think Sarah did, that they had a decision by the end of the month to meet their time frame. So we will get back with you the information on the money for the project, where it would come from, those type of things. So I would say maybe not this council meeting, but the next one.
Okay, thank you. Next item is a report from the committee on the repayment of property and other taxes. Mr. Smith.
Patrick and I and the mayor met with Brian Crawford in regard to this. Mr. Crawford went through it item by item and minute by minute to what actually happened. I feel now that I, for one, and I feel like y'all as well, understand what happened. The only thing I might disagree with is I don't think it was a computer glitch. I think it was a human error. But irregardless, I think we have to pay the money back. We understand that. I just wanted to know more than I knew prior to today. It doesn't make it any easier, but we're going to have to do that. So I personally, and I think the committee recommends that we go ahead and pay it, vote on it next Monday night, and go from there.
Does anybody have any questions? We'll put it on next week's agenda then. We'll go to reports. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. The first one is Mr. Wheeler's not here tonight because his mother's in the hospital, and so we remember that family. We had big plans for the cruise in this past weekend, and everything cooperated but the weather, so that's the one thing we can't control. And it's my understanding that there were some cars up there early, and then it started raining and they left. But once it started raining Saturday afternoon, I don't think it let up till Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. So we'll plan, and we'll back up, and we'll try again next month. As most of you all read in the paper over the weekend about the new TVA bill that's being proposed by our legislative delegation. It was printed in its entirety in the newspaper, and then there was an article about it. There's some things that I like about it, some things that I don't really particularly care for. I just kind of let you know what my opinion was, or is, of the bill, and where I would like to have seen it gone. I do like the fact that everyone will share in the growth of the bill. That's a positive thing. The percentages that were allocated have gone down. The school systems have gone down from 39% to 33.5%. The municipalities, the incorporated municipalities in the county will go down from 29% to 25.5%. And then the county commission share will also go down from 29 to 25.5%. I've been told that the legislative delegation is giving up a bigger share or bigger cut of the money that they receive, which even though our percentage has gone down, we should see about the same amount. Then 2% was going to the office, to the legislative office, 2% to the EDA, and 11.5% to this discretionary fund that's to be distributed by committee. This is where I have a little heartburn about this, is the makeup of the committee. There are 6 people who are on that committee. The 3 legislative delegations, Senator McGill, Representative Robinson, and Representative Johnson. Then the chairman of the Jackson County Commission, who's Matthew Hodges, and another Jackson County Commissioner, and Ron Crawford, the Revenue Commissioner. I was only spoken to one time about the bill, about my feelings about, never was asked really any input, which that's fine. But I did make an appointment to go over and see Senator McGill last week. I told him my thoughts about the makeup of the committee, which were that since 25.5% of this money is going to the municipalities, I felt like they should be an elected mayor from the county on that committee. I don't want it, so don't hear that. I've got plenty enough to do without being on that committee, but I do feel like that they should have been a mayor chosen by the Mayor's Association to be on that committee. I also felt like that the school system were getting 39% of that money also, that they should be made up part of that committee, a member of the county school system, or County Board of Education, and one from the City Board of Education. That puts 7 members on that. They have 6, so I don't know what they're gonna do if they have 3 and 3. But I just really felt strongly about that, and so that I wanted to let you all know of how I felt about it. But they filed the bill, or are in the process of filing the bill with those 6 committee members, of the 3 delegation, members of the delegation, the Jackson County Commission Chairman, the Jackson County Commissioner, and the Jackson County Revenue Commissioner. I just really feel like that, it should have been everyone involved that receives the biggest portion of the money should be involved in where the discretionary money is going to go. It's just my 2 cents worth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was about that egg again.
Will you elaborate a little bit?
I will. Chairman Stewart asked me today to kind of, for y'all's information, to explain to you a little more about the project the street department has underway. I guess a couple of months ago, me and the mayor sat down, we talked about bagging our grass clippings and our leaves, see if we could kind of promote that. How much that it would help us to keep those type of items out of our drainage system. How much easier it would be for the street department to collect those, put it in bags. How much that it maybe would help the homeowners by not having grass clippings blown around. If you're not, the day after you put your grass clippings out, we have a heavy winds or something, the grass clippings get scattered, and then when we haul them in an open truck, they get scattered from where we pick them up till we get to our destination to dispose of them. So to coincide with Sparkle and Shine, we are furnishing bags at not any cost to the homeowners, those who are want to try this. I believe we're on Channel 10. We've got some things coming out in some of the papers, and just in case some of y'all got caught, I didn't want you to not know what we were doing there. So we are furnishing bags. They can pick them up at our office, or if they'll make a phone call, we'll drop them off at their home.
It's on a volunteer basis.
Volunteer basis. We're just trying to see if we can generate some interest in this to see. I believe once they try it, they're going to realize that it's going to benefit the homeowner just as much as it is anybody.
Those are biodegradable.
Biodegradable bags, and those are long type bags we'll pick up are biodegradable, because the other bags just create too much of a problem for us in our disposal side.
Did you say grass clippings and leaves, or just grass clippings?
Grass clippings and leaves.
Would they need to separate those, or could they put them in the same bag?
If they put them in the same bag,
It's fine.
that's fine. Yeah, everybody can do that. We had Ms. McQuarrie's sister-in-law called today. We're delivering her some bags tomorrow. We've had a good response so far. In the last 3 weeks, we've had numerous people call and we've delivered bags to. So if anybody asks you, that's what's going on. Okay. Any questions?
Any questions? That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Ronnie. That's all I have. With that, we'll adjourn. Thank y'all.